Hello. So, when I was organizing all my bookshelves, I noticed that I have some books that I don't want to keep. So, we're unhauling 10 books, if I'm correct. So, the first two copies are actually books that I have duplicate copies of, so I don't need them twice. I haven't read them, but they're the same. You can take a look. So yeah, I both have them in German and in hardcover, and I don't need them twice. So I gave them to my mother. She hasn't read them, and maybe we can buddy read them and see how they are. I have no idea what they're about. I guess they are from a series. I really don't know, but they're historical fiction, and I've heard great things about Rebecca Galbraith. I also have other books by her and haven't read a single one. So yeah, I'm excited to read them, but I don't need them twice. Okay, the next book is something that I think looks really beautiful. The cover's absolutely amazing, and it also has a texture when you go over it. So I'm kind of sad that I'm going to be unhauling it, but the content just isn't something that I would want to read right now. I'm not much into contemporary or mental health stuff, and this is essentially it. When I read it years ago, I did like it, but I'm just never going to reread it, so I don't have to keep it. And yeah, this is YA about two people, a boy and a girl. And I think the boy wanted to commit suicide on the school grounds. And then they meet and they talk to each other and they kind of fall in love. And yeah, it's about the characters' struggles in life, school, family, and also depression. So trigger warning for suicide stuff. But yeah, it was good. I did cry, so that's a good sign if I'm emotionally attached to any of the characters. But yeah, as I've said, I will never reread it. The same goes for the next book, which is not very well known, I think, on BookTube. It's called Piper by Meg Harper, and well, as you might notice, it is about the Pied Piper. Yeah, I hope you all know the myth. This is not going to tell you anything. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've read it, so I don't really know what it's about anymore. And that's exactly why I'm unhauling it. I don't remember shit. Like, nothing at all. I don't even know if it's a fantasy world or if it's contemporary. I don't know anything about any of the characters, or how many there are, or why, or the story, the plot. Like, nothing. And that's not a good sign. And I saw on Goodreads that I rated it, I think, 3 stars. So another negative sign. And now I'm just going to unhaul it. Oh, and it's not a myth that it's based on, of course, but a fable. Okay, the next one is something that I only got because of the title. You'll see in a second. So it's called Losing Leia. I thought it's funny that the main character has the same name as me, and I did really enjoy it. I think I gave it 4 or 5 stars even when I read it. But it's a thriller, and if you know the twist, I don't think it's quite as exciting to read it again. So yeah, another candidate for liked it, but will never reread it. So this is about a girl, it's either Mia or Leia, and her twin sister disappeared 10 years ago or something. She was kidnapped by someone, And yeah, it's just about the struggles of where is she, what happened, and the main character has headaches and stuff. And I think it's written in dual perspectives so that you can read about the now 10 years after, and also about the kidnapping itself. So yeah, that was interesting and all, but if you know the twist, it's not really exciting to read it again, in my opinion at least. The next book is something I read recently, so I know what it's about, hopefully. And this is My Plain Jane. It's from a trilogy called The Lady Janies, and they are always about historical figures or fictional characters that are more or less well known, depends on the book, and they are twisting the history and making it their own, putting some fantasy elements in there most of the time, and just telling a very quirky, funny, light-hearted YA story. They're always entertaining and stuff, but I didn't really enjoy this one. This is based on Jane Eyre, and it's also about ghost investigations, and I'm just not a big fan of that. And they're always very young YA, so it's just not something that I love, but maybe someone else can enjoy it. It's a beautiful hardcover edition. The covers are always extremely beautiful, and they have these deckled edges, which I am personally a fan of. I know most people are not. So yeah, I'm keeping the other books in the series because they read like standalones. There's not really anything that connects the books. In one book, I think in this one, there was a little hint, but it's not something that spoils anything or is important to the plot. It's just something that you can recognize if you've read the first book, which was cute, but yeah, I don't need the whole series if I don't enjoy every single book in it. And the last 4 books are all part of the same series. Those ones, and these are the German editions of The Song of Ice and Fire or Game of Thrones, which you can see in the background. And the books in the background are also the reason why I'm getting rid of these copies. I'm still waiting patiently for these illustrated editions to come out. I hope they will eventually come out, because it's been, I think, years now since the last one was published. And yeah, I think these are way more beautiful, and they have illustrations, of course, and they are in the original language in English, not in German. So yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of the German editions. These are the ones that I've read. I love the series, and I've always kept these other books just in case I want to reread the series spontaneously, and well, I don't have any other copies of the last 2 books since I'm still waiting on the illustrated editions. But if I'm ever going to reread it soon, I can just buy a very cheap English copy of the other ones, and I'm going to be fine. So I don't really need to hold on to these 4 books in German. So these are all of the books that I'm going to unhaul now. I usually don't unhaul many books, so this is an achievement for me personally. And yeah, we will see when I have another stack of books, around 10 books or maybe even more, who knows, to make another unhaul video. So I hope you have a great day and happy reading. Bye!